So we're talking of Qadi and his relationship with the Ahmadiyya Jamaat and what he did at the behest of the second Khalifa, against whom this question is raised. If he was not in favor of the Muslim interest in India, why should he have gone through the trouble of bringing Qadi back? And that was one act of grace which changed the face of the whole subcontinent. Because had there been no Qadi, there could not have been a Pakistan conceived. But apart from that, his services are lauded otherwise in the book of Rais Jafari. And I hope you have brought the references of those as well in this one. Achha. Now, speaking of the various religious movements within Islam, he is recording their historical role in the creation of Pakistan for or against. This is the chapter which deals with the passages I am going to read from. The name of the book is Hayat Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the life of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He says अब एक और दूसरे बड़े फ़िरक़ा असहाब क़ादियान का मसलक और रवैया पाकिस्तान के बारे में पेश किया जाता है। असहाब क़ादियान की दोनों जमातें मुस्लिम लीग की मरकज़ियत, पाकिस्तान की इफ़ादियत और मिस्टर जिन्ना की सियासी क़यादत की मोतरफ़ और मद्दाह हैं। He says the Ahmadiyya Jamaat he calls ashab Qadiyan, the people of Qadian, the Qadianis. He includes among the Ahmadi Qadianis those Ahmadis who are called Lahoris. But they are a very small faction, so he doesn't name them. Only says now we mention the people belonging to the Qadiani Maslak, the school of faith. Their attitude towards Pakistan. He says both the sections of the Ahmadiyya movement believed in the central leadership of Muslim League and believed in the in Pakistan being for the advantage, for the welfare of the Muslims, Ifadiyat. And they all not only believed but respected, deeply respected the leadership of Qadi Azam in Muslim League. There is one statement from page 344 of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Hayat Muhammad Ali Jinnah, published in 1946. Right? He had written a long chapter on this. You have just quoted one small thing. I'm surprised. He's covered the whole issue, how they worked, how they offer sacrifices, how the ladies, the ill people, the old people. I have all mentioned it in my address of Khutbah Jummah in response to Pakistan's allegations. This is a very small thing, you know. He has started referring to other things now. In that book which I refer to, it is not Qadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, that's the title of a different book. This is Pakistan's creation. In that large book of many written in series, he covers the role of Ahmadiyya Jamaat in support of Pakistan and the sacrifices they offered. They're amazing. So he has left all that chapter alone and only picked this small thing, but we'll present if necessary later on, okay? Now he has here provided some references from Munir inquiry report about the role of those mullahs who are now capturing or attempting to capture the very helms of affairs in Pakistan. They want to sit at the sources and command things from there in the name of Islam. Most pronounced among such people are those known as Khatm al-Nubuwwat leadership. In the name of Khatm al-Nubuwwat, you know, they have launched many movements. One of their leaders, Muhammad Ali Jalandhari, is mentioned in Munir Inquiry Report at 275, page 275. You know anything about Munir Inquiry Report? No. You know, in 1953, under the leadership of Doltana, who was the then president of Muslim League of the Punjab, a movement was launched against Ahmadis of a large-scale movement of destroying Ahmadi property, robbing Ahmadi shops, destroying their businesses, burning the houses to ground, and killing and stabbing and maiming people at large. It was a very wide-scale, unruly movement which was going out of control of the civil government when ultimately the army stepped in and the first martial law was imposed. So after that, an inquiry was, an inquiry commission was made by the then government to go into the background, the factors, what was the purpose of this movement, who led the movement, who participated in it, what was the role of such people in the background in relation to Pakistan. This committee was headed by Justice Munir, a man of international fame in judicial matters. He was highly respected for his knowledge of law, for his complete basic understanding of the philosophy of law. And he was a very highly capable man in the legal affairs, in the legislative affairs, in other laws. He was supposed to be the last word. And he is quoted elsewhere also as a great, not in legislation, but in legal affairs and in his high quality of dispensation of justice. Right? He wouldn't budge before anybody. He was absolutely upright. He was the Supreme Justice of the Supreme Court of Pakistan. He headed this inquiry commission, and he was aided by another very highly respected judge of Pakistan by the name of Justice Qadiani. He was a very highly respected personality, not only in the area of law, but also in the area of literature. His special style of writing was so popular, both in Urdu and English. He had a very high command, and his sense of humor was absolutely fantastic. The way he expressed himself, used the humor to employ, to achieve his purpose, was really very special and masterly. This was the Munir inquiry, which published a report at the end, right? Now, speaking of those Khatm al-Nubuwwat mullahs who now claim that they have made Pakistan, and Ahmadis are, outsiders and they have no right to remain in this country. They were headed by one Maulvi, Muhammad Ali Jalandhari. So Munir Inquiry report writes, Muhammad Ali Jalandhari delivered a speech in 1953, after Pakistan was created. And he confessed in so many words in this public address that the Ahrar movement were against the creation of Pakistan. He used the word Palidistan instead of Pakistan, even after the creation of Pakistan. He said, yes, we were against the creation of this country, which is Palidistan. You know what Palidistan means? Khabisistan. Instead of Pakistan, you call it Khabisistan. And he said, this Khabisistan, we never agreed with this. We hate this country because it's not Pakistan at all. And then the report goes on recording Sayyid Ataullah Shah Bukhari another leader of this movement, of Khatm Nubuwwat movement, he openly declared that Pakistan is like a prostitute. We can never accept it. So they are wedded to this prostitute now, at last, when it's become a bit old as well. Imagine. This is the rotten core of the hostility of Ahmadiyya Jamaat. And they write, and Mazur Chinoti is one of their members, leading members. They write filthy literature against Ahmadiyya, entirely full of false allegations and things of Palestina. And the Arab world is accepting it. I'm surprised at them. Why don't they investigate their background, their past? Not exposed by Ahmadis, but by the inquiry report which was headed by non-Ahmadi justices of the highest rank and order. Understand? Munir inquiry report, page 275. This is taken from there. Now they say that Ahmadis were against Pakistan, Ahmadis were British, they are not loyal to the country, while the other reports say they played a pivotal role in the creation of Pakistan. Another Fazil Munir inquiry report observes in another place, page 278, احرار کے رویے کے متعلق ہم نرم لفظ استعمال نہیں کر سکتے. They were known as مجلس احرار then. Now they have taken the veil of ختم نبوت, محافظین ختم نبوت. They're the same stuff, same people, same ideologies, same style. احرار کے رویے کے متعلق ہم نرم الفاظ استعمال نہیں کر سکتے. It is impossible for us to use soft expressions against these people. ان کا طرز عمل بطور خاص مکروہ اور قابل نفرین تھا. Their attitude was specifically makruh, as you know in Arabic, was condemnable and unacceptable, but also it was worthy of being cursed. The attitude was cursed. Malum madhura were these people. اس لیے کہ انہوں نے دنیاوی مقاصد کے لیے ایک مذہبی مسئلے کو استعمال کر کے اس مسئلے کی توہین کی. Because to meet their ulterior motives which were not religious, which were only worldly in nature, to attain worldly gains, they wore the cloak of religion and used masala, that is khatm nubuwwat, to achieve their own material purposes. And this was an insult to religion. That is why we simply cannot use soft, kind words in describing ihrar. That is Munir Inquiry Report 278. Now would you like to start now? And in the meantime, I'll go over the remaining papers and we'll return again to the same subject. Okay? Please. Yes, you got it. Right. No, I think I leave that. It's quite sufficient. The whole world knows it's all lies and false, fabricated allegations against Ahmadiyya Jamaat. Ahmadiyya Jamaat stood at the foremost, in the front of those who served the cause of the Muslims of India as a whole. In every respect, throughout they have been the leading ones. But now I turn to something different. After that, I will request you to start asking questions again. You might have heard before here in this Majlis Mulaqam al-Arab the mention of Muhammad Hussain Batalvi. I have repeatedly mentioned him. He was one of the foremost antagonists of Hazrat Masih Maud al-Islam, who started a movement right from India up to Saudi Arabia and beyond. Went to all the Arab countries seeking edicts against Masih Maud al-Islam's life and the life and property of all the Ahmadis. I received a letter the other day and I was amazed to receive this letter. I said I must share it with the Liqa Madar program. This is written by one lady, Munazza Mahmood Malik, from Islamabad, UK. Now, this Munazza Mahmood Malik is married to Mahmood Malik. She introduces herself in a letter to me for requesting for prayer. This is how she opens this letter. حضور میں شیخ محمد سعید صاحب کی بیٹی ہوں جو مولوی محمد حسین بٹالوی کے نواسے ہیں. حضور, I am the daughter of Sheikh Muhammad Saeed, who is the grandson from the daughter of Sheikh Muhammad Hussain Batalvi. Whenever she is the granddaughter of Muhammad Hussain Batalvi herself. She says, whenever I hear the name of that Maulvi Muhammad Hussain Batalvi, who happens to be my grandfather, I'm amazed that ever since he started opposing Masih Maud al-Islam, his honor, the name he had earned, started biting dust. It rolled on the dust, and nothing of his honor was left. He said, this is how he has become an ibra for the rest of the world to see. A girl writing about her own grand-nana Jan, about her own grandfather from mother's side. She says, after introducing, now I come to purpose, I want to dedicate my child which is not yet born to the cause of Ahmadiyya. MashaAllah. You see, this is it. This is how Allah creates day out of night. Imagine Muhammad Hussain Batalvi, his blood running into this girl. And this is how Allah changed the fate of the Arab chiefs. Their own sons and the grandsons, they started cursing their forefathers and praising Muhammad Rasulullah. The same thing is happening nowadays. So I thought it would be interesting to share this wonderful letter with you and request you to pray for the unborn baby, that he becomes a great warrior in this cause of Ahmadiyyat and the true Islam, right?